Title: JPMorgan Chase to write checks for Epstein's victims, a settlement story. TLDR. JPMorgan Chase has decided to pull out its big, fancy checkbook to settle accusations of their alleged blind eye tactics towards financier Jeffrey Epstein's horrifying human trafficking antics. While they'd never say it out loud, it seems like they've acknowledged their part in Epstein's shenanigans and are trying to make it right. Or are they just trying to make it go away? Now, this is a story all about how JPMorgan Chase's world got turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, I'll tell you how they became embroiled in a tale of compliance despair. Once upon a Wall Street, where the suits roam free, there sat a financial giant who just wanted to count its glee. Enter one Jeffrey Epstein, financier extraordinaire, whose fortune was far from clear and his conduct caused quite the scare. Jane Doe 1, not her real name but real enough for our game, slapped a lawsuit on the bank's majestic mane, claiming that the big, bad bank was blind to Epstein's conduct and benefited from his act, despite it being disgustingly intact. Oh, boy. Doesn't it just sound like a twisted, Wall Street playback? JPMorgan Chase has now agreed to settle this suit, an admission of guilt or just a reputational reboot? You decide. The once untouchable Wall Street giant is now crawling back from the brink, hoping this payout will stop the public's blink. The lawsuit alleges non-compliance with federal laws while handling Epstein's cause. Now, isn't that a cause for pause? If it's true, could this mean that our trusted institutions might not always play clean? But hey, at least they're making some form of amends, right? Writing checks with lots of zeros should mend some of those terrified echoes. Or does it merely serve to clear their ledgers from further legal dredges? Could the pain of these victims ever truly be reconciled by any number of bankrolled dollars filed? Disclaimer: this article does not serve as legal advice. The contents of this article are for informational purposes only. Always consult a legal expert if you have any concerns. So, here's a question to tickle your grey matter. Do you believe big corporations like JPMorgan Chase can truly learn from their mistakes and change?